Today I'm going to be showing y'all 2 ways on how to make an origami fox. These methods are incredibly simple and you will eventually end up with these results. So very, very simple. Beginner can even do this. So with that, let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is go from one corner to the other corner and fold it like so. It can be top to bottom or left to right, doesn't really matter, just so long as we end up with this in the end. And once we get to this step and we fold it, make sure that it's really creased, then we are going to want to move these 2 corners to the top corner. So we are going to just want to fold it upwards like so. And you're going to want to do this with both corners, like I said. I'm going to be trying something different with this video from what I have done with my other 2 origami videos. I'm not going to be showing text over the top, so that way you can better see the actual origami results. So now that we've gotten our little pseudo diamond, if you will, from folding our corners to the top, we are going to want to fold outwards from the crease that we can kind of see in this middle part, and make a crease. I apologize. Not fold from the crease, but rather make a new one from the middle that we can see from here. My hand is a little unsteady, but that's alright, because now we have ended up to here. And I did tell you I teach 2 ways, so that beginning part that I just showed you is going to be the same for both ways. Now, for this method of making the fox, we are going to want to take this bottom corner and fold it only slightly outwards. We're not going to do it entirely. You can kind of see this fox starting to form already. So you need to keep this corner pressed down. You don't want this corner going anywhere. So press it down like so, and then take this middle triangle right here and go from the inside outwards only as far as here. And now it's starting to look like that fox that I showed you at the beginning. You can see how it's already starting to form. For me personally, I like to keep the fox ears a little bent, so that way they give off the impression of ears more, but that's not required. You don't need to do that. And if you don't want to have the fox face protruding outwards, like I did here, that is completely fine. You can just bend it downward. And there you go. And now for the tail, all you need to do for the tail is just pinch it off to the side. And there you go. That's the first way to do an origami fox. And it even stands upright. So that's method number 1 down. Now on to method number 2. So I'm just going to quickly repeat those steps that I showed at the beginning, trying to be a little more steady this time. Try to show that for the camera a few times, keeping this a little bit more sped up though. If you want to go back to the first method for a little bit slower as I go through each step and saying what each one is, feel free to go back in the video, because we just went through going from corner to corner rather quickly from that first corner to the other 2 corners, and now we have this triangle, these 3 triangles that we have right here. So now we're at this step again, and if you want me to bring up this fox, you can kind of already start to see the difference. This one was only ever so slightly outward, while this one we are going to want to make as further outward This one I did in the opposite direction of these two. You can flip it around and it'll work the exact same way, as you can see. But we're not wanting to make the exact same fox, so I'm just going to do it in the opposite direction, the same way I did for this one, just so that way you can see in an opposite direction for this fox. That doesn't quite stand up as well, and see that it does work in both directions. So try to make it protrude a little bit further outwards. Maybe not too far, because we're still trying to give off the impression of fox legs. And about there is fine. There we go. I'm going to put the head downward again, just so that way we can give two different ways to do the fox head. Maybe want to do that a little further downward. There we go. And then, again, going to expand those ears. Just give them a little more dimension to them. And then pinch off the tail. And with that, our two foxes are done. And if you want to know what the first method looks like a little bit larger, that's what it looks like. You can use this with just about any size of origami paper, as long as it is square. It'll probably work. So I hope you all enjoyed this little tutorial of how to make an origami fox. If you want to see more origami on this channel, click right over here for a playlist for more origami videos. And with that, I hope you all have a magnificent day, and I'll see you all later.